Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome to my channel. For today's video, we're going to do a short and fun 3-minute exercise that you can do right here at your desk if you're somebody who works from home or if you're someone who also works at the office. Today's workout can be done up to 3 to 5 times throughout your day, or if you like to take 5 to 10 minute breaks every hour to step away from your desk and do some kind of a physical activity to help increase your blood flow and stay active throughout your workday. If you want to go directly to each of the sessions that I'm going to talk about today, I'll make sure to put the time codes in the description box below so that you can skip through the 15-minute video and go directly to each workout and just follow along. Alright, first session of the day is band pull apart. Now before I get started, if you don't have any resistant band, that is a-okay. You can just follow along with the session and you can still get a nice good contraction in your upper back and your shoulders when you have your arms out to your sides, as if you were pulling the bands out to your sides. So since this video will involve using the resistance bands, these are the ones that I have right here. These are extra light, so I'll be able to perform the exercise correctly. Now what you're going to do is bring your arms out in front of you just like this. Make sure you give your band just enough slack so you can get a nice proper stretch when you pull the bands out. Keep your thumbs facing the ceiling, your feet shoulder width apart. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bring the bands out to your sides just like this. And if you notice, I'm actually pulling with my elbows right here, and you can tell my arms they're slightly bent. I'm not doing it where my arm is completely straight like this. I'm doing it where I'm trying to focus on those elbows and I'm slowly using the elbows to pull the band back. Now this is just from what I've learned from past experiences, that you get more of a contraction in your upper back and your shoulder muscles with the shoulder blades, and you can feel more of that pinch when you have your elbow being pulled out to your sides. Just like that. So if you're ready, I'm going to start the timer for 30 seconds and I'll do this exercise together with you. All right, get yourself into position. 30 seconds starting now. Give yourself enough slack and pull the bands out to your sides. A good pause right there. Just like that. Remember to take your time with this. There's no rush. Give yourself that nice, good pause. Remember to breathe into your nose and out your mouth. Oh, 30 seconds is up. I got carried away there for a second. But just remember, when you're pulling the bands out to your side, make sure you tighten your core, breathe into your nose and out your mouth when you're performing this movement. And like I said, if you don't have resistance band, that is a-okay. You can still get that nice, good contraction in your upper back and shoulder area when you have your arms out to your side, just like that. All right, I hope you enjoyed this session, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, next up for session number 2 is scapular wall holds. Now what you want to do, make sure that your feet are shoulder width apart. Make sure your heels are about 4 or 5 inches away from the wall. And then what you're going to do is you're going to rest your upper back on the wall, just like this. Make sure you tighten your core so that you could stabilize your body in one place. Place your arms out in front of you just like this. And then you're going to drive your elbows into the wall. So what you're going to do here is to make sure that you push your body away from the wall. Just like this. And don't forget to tighten that core. This is what it's going to look like. And if that's too hard for you, what you can do is to place your heel closer to the wall, or you could put it up against the wall. That way you reduce the load and you're able to push your body away from the wall. Just like that. And you could practice like this, and then as you progress over time and you stay consistent, you can slowly bring your heels away from the wall. That way you can challenge yourself over time. The next thing I want to point out is that when you're doing this movement, you don't want to shrug your shoulder. What you want to do is to make sure that your shoulders are down and back when you're performing this movement. So I'm going to show you like this. Arms out in front of you, elbows out to your sides, and then you're going to push your elbows into the wall. That way you could push your body away from the wall. And it's going to look just like this. Tighten your core and try to hold this position just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. I hope you're ready. Get yourself into position up against the wall. 30 seconds, starting now. All right, just like that. Push yourself off, tighten your core, and just hold this position just like this. Breathe into your nose and out your mouth. Take your time with it. Like I said earlier, it's going to take time for you to get better at it and just continue to practice. All right, 30 seconds is up. Another thing you want to do is to make sure you keep your face in a straight line. Don't look down, don't look up, just keep your neck in a straight line, just like that. All right, I'll see you in the next session. All right, next session is standing YTW. Now, what's great about standing YTWs is that they're great for your overall shoulder health, and they're also good for pulling your shoulders back by retracting your shoulder blades as well. So what you want to do, make sure that your feet are shoulder width apart. Next is make sure that your core is nice and tight. And what you're going to do next is you're going to bring both your arms up above your head, just like this, to form a Y. Make sure that your thumbs are facing the wall behind you. And then you're going to come down, bring your arms out in front of you, just like this. And then come back up and form a T. Same thing, make sure your thumbs are facing the wall behind you, just like that. And then you're going to bring the arms out in front of you, just like this. And then lastly, you're going to form a W, just like that. And when you're doing the W, make sure that you keep your body, your core in one place. Make sure your core is nice and tight when you're doing the W, just like that, and hold that placement right here for a good second, 2 seconds, and then slowly bring out your arm. All right, are you ready to start the 30-second timer? I'm going to go ahead and set it up right here, and we'll do it together. Go ahead and get yourself into position, feet shoulder width apart, your core is nice and tight, and start the timer right now. All right, 30 seconds to form the Y, arms out in front, T, arms out in front, W, arms out in front, Y, T, W. All right, 5 seconds left. Y. Oh, 30 seconds. So one thing I want to point out for you, when you're doing the standing YTWs and you're relying on the 30-second timer, you may or may not be able to get in at least 3 reps in. And one thing I also want to point out is you can also go by repetition. So when you do the Y, the T, and the W, that'll count as 1 rep, 1 repetition. So what you can do for this session, instead of relying on the timer, you can count for 3 to 5 repetitions if you wanted to. That way you can really focus in on your form when you're performing the Y, the T, and the W. So whichever way works best for you, whether you want to go by the timer on your computer, your Apple Watch, or your phone, or you can just go by the repetition so you can really tone in and focus on your form and your movement when you're doing this particular session. All right, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, session number 4 is chest openers. And what we're going to do right now You're going to cross your hands into each other just like this, but from behind your back. So you're going to go like this, bring your shoulder back and down, and you're going to make sure you keep your feet shoulder width apart, keep your core nice and tight, and make sure that you place your chin at a 45-degree angle. So it's going to look like this. Your hand behind your back, pull back your shoulders and down, bring your chin up 45 degrees. Try to make sure that you push your chest out as much as you can so you can get that great big stretch when you're doing the chest openers. And you want to hold it just like that. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to start the timer for 30 seconds. Go ahead and get yourself into position. 30 seconds starting now. Hands behind your back. Bring your shoulders back and down. Keep your core tight. And look up 45 degrees. Just like that. Make sure you breathe in through your nose, out your mouth. Take your time with it. Get in that good big stretch in your chest. Alright, time's up. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you in the next session. Alright, next session is arm circle. And what we're going to do is the first 15 seconds is we're going to do arm circle going forward. And then the last 15 seconds, we're going to go back in reverse. Just like that. So I'm going to set the timer for 30 seconds. Get yourself into position. Alright, are you ready? 30 seconds starting now. We're going to go forward like that. Keep your palms facing up, away from you. And reverse. You can go big. You can go small, like this. And stop. All right. That's a good warm-up right there. My shoulders are warming up. I can feel that slight little burn in there. All right, and I'll see you in the next session. Exactly our last one. All right, awesome. Last session is high knees. And we're going to do this as a finisher session because it's also going to help raise your heart rate just a little bit. And what's good about high knees is that it works all the muscles in the lower body below the waist. And what you're going to do now is you're going to bring your knees up like this. Try to hit your palms. You can challenge yourself to raise your knees a little higher like that. Or if you want to make it easier on yourself, you can lower your hands like this and make it slightly more easy. Make sure that you stand just outside shoulder width apart like this. Tighten your core. So like I said, high knees is great for working on the muscle below the waist, and it helps recruit your core muscles as well. All right, so I'm going to set the timer up for 30 seconds. Get yourself into position. All right, you ready? 30 seconds starting now. Just like this. Make it a little challenging for you. Or I can lower it. Remember to tighten your core. Take your time with this. There's no rush. My heart rate is raising a little bit. All right, 30 seconds is up. Oh man, that was a good little finisher right there. And like I said at the beginning of the video, you could do this every hour if you wanted to, or whenever you get a chance to step away from your workstation and go do this fun little 6 session that I have provided for you. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next week.